Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my live stream here on Jaggs every second Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Queensland time, or thereabouts. Like I'm a few minutes late tonight. Apologies for that. But thanks to those who have already been jumping on here. Great to see you on the live, and I appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy week to spend a little bit of time with me. Yes, I'm back. I'm back in Australia. Absolutely. So hi to everyone who's jumping on. Thank you for jumping on tonight. All right. Hey, Ricks. The video of Epic Universe is crazy. It makes me want to build something like that for my Lego room. Yes, well, this live stream tonight will be chatting about Epic Universe. So, I guess those that might have questions, we can chat about what the park looks like and all that kind of thing. So hi to everyone who's jumping on and saying hi at the moment. Hi. Hey, Matt, how you doing? Dane, thanks for jumping on. Appreciate it. Akamaka. Have been watching my streams. That's okay. I missed the last one myself. I was traveling, so... Oh yeah, traffic is hectic actually on the M1, isn't it? Crazy. All right, Bodie, how are you? Thanks for jumping on. Thanks to everybody who's jumping on and saying hi as well. I really appreciate it. So what have we got on there now? About 30 people. Excuse me, gonna have some of this ice cold refreshing Peninsula Springs water. All right. As usual, just got home from work, shoveled some food down, and that's why I was a few minutes late jumping on. So I apologize for that. I'm just digesting my dinner. Anyway, all right. Hey, Family Odyssey, thank you for jumping on. Yep, had an awesome trip. We're going to chat. That's what we're chatting about tonight. We're chatting about Epic Universe. All right. We'll probably get started, I'd imagine. All right. As you no doubt know, I was in the US last week. Very, very sudden trip. Wasn't planned, wasn't expected. I wasn't heading over to the US literally until about 5 days before I had to fly out. So very fortunate to have been invited out to have a look at Epic Universe on a day where it was for either invited guests or friends and family of the workers only. So Epic Universe, they started maybe a week or so before that. They started bringing in content creators and that, but it was VIP, or not VIP, it was escorted, guided through the park. They'd take you on to different things. You may or may not have got to see everything, that kind of thing. Certain restrictions on filming and all that kind of thing. That was before I got there. The day I was invited to go there, they first of all, the park's ready to go. It doesn't open to the public until the 22nd of May. So another month. That's when it officially opens. But what they're doing is technical rehearsals. So that park is massive, and they need to have, people in there so it can operate and they can refine their operational procedures, not just for the rides, but for the characters, meet and greets, the retail, the food and beverage, the shows, just everything. The day I was there, I mean, there's still workmen working on things here and there and everywhere, like not in front of you kind of thing, kind of to the side or up on high. But the park was open to invited people only, and the trading hours that day was 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. and they've been sort of changing the hours accordingly to work out what the park's going to look like at night and that kind of thing. It only just started doing nighttime trade, maybe only a few days before I got there. So no one had really seen nighttime stuff. I think about a day or two before I went, I started seeing some nighttime stuff. So it was a real privilege to be there and to have actually been there from day into night as well. I think I can't probably give away what the park capacity is, but it's huge. Like they told me the number of what the park can hold, and it was probably the day I was there, they told me it was capped at a certain amount. So it was probably capped at, let's just say, a busy day at our theme park, say at Movie World, what our attendance on a busy day at Movie World would be. It was sort of capped to that. So at a park that size over there, it wasn't really busy at all. However, so everything was pretty much just queue up and go on the ride. However, what happened was, because some of the rides went down, or they had to close here and there just to, adjustments and things, what have you. So then they would open again at certain times. So sometimes there'd be a lot of people at a ride to get on. Sometimes there'd be no one or hardly anybody. Like when but anyway, I'll start from the beginning. So, and we'll get through it. Again, just want to say a big thanks to everyone else who's jumped on since I said thanks to jumping on. So, okay, cool. So it lives up to its name, definitely. The entry portal, or the Kronos, and you walk through that, it is pretty spectacular. Each Kronos has like an LED screen that's bent around in the roof and has like, you see it in the video, like Galaxy or something like that. It's pretty cool. And you go through and you walk into Celestial Park, and it's just beautiful. Like I kind of liken this park. You know how those of you that have been to a Disneyland, you'd know what I mean by this. Disneyland do things like beautifully, like perfectly, if you know what I mean. Well, this Celestial Park is like that. It is beautiful. It's sort of designed to be like the sun and the moon. It's aligned to the hotel Helios right down the back of the park, which isn't open yet. I think parts of the hotel are open, but the actual hotel for guests is not open. I think it opens on aligned with the park in May. I was put up at a Universal hotel, one of the new hotels called the Terra Luna Hotel, which from my room I looked directly over Epic Universe. Not quite as close as the Helios Hotel, but you could definitely see it from my room. It was unbelievable. So, and there's another identical hotel to what I stayed in called Stella Nova, across the road from where I stayed. But like Celestial Park, that's where the constellation, the carousel is. And I did post a reel, I think it was today, on how beautiful. It's just beautifully done. Like that carousel is just beautiful. It's the one word is beautiful. It's spectacular. It's amazing. It's amazing feeling, and just this whole area with the fountains, and it's incredible. There is a restaurant there, Atlantic. I didn't go into it. I could have. I ran out of time. Like it was so crazy that day. But yeah, beautiful restaurant at the front of the park as well. Really, really, really nice. And in this area, I guess it's the hub of the park. You've also got the Stardust Races roller coaster, which was my first ride of the day, and it's definitely my favorite roller coaster I've ever been on. I've been on a lot of coasters, but I absolutely love Stardust Races. I just can't explain it. There's so many different elements to that ride, so much airtime, different launches, on-ride audio. Like that's the thing over there. The coasters pretty much all, or most of the ones I went on had on-ride audio, and then they use the mist throughout the ride, which cools you down a bit as well. It's just awesome. That's a real proper dueling coaster, that one as well. I loved it. It was so awesome, unbelievable. So yeah, it was just the whole entry, and then just being absorbed into how this is like, wow. And it's just beautiful, like you are I feel like you're in another world kind of thing. And then that coaster was just awesome. Anyway, I then decided to go, because then obviously there's 4 other areas of the park which you enter into, or lands that are done through portals. So, and it's just amazing. All the portals kind of look the same. They're all themed a bit differently, and they'll have the LED screen wrapped on the inside as you go through. Each one has a different phrase at the front of the portal. But when you walk in, you can really see from how they've designed this that like where your focus is and what you see first, and then you just focus it into this whole land, and it's just wow. And it is wow factor. The money, like this park, again, I can't repeat what they specifically told me on, and that they told me a lot of stuff, but billions of dollars this park costs to build, billions of dollars, like multiple billions of dollars. When you're spending that kind of money, you whatever you imagine can be made. All right, no shortcuts, no cheap on the side. Crazy. And it just blew my mind. Everything I went to blew my mind. I went into the Isle of Berk first, which is the How to Train Your Dragon. Now they were testing the flying dragons, because they actually are having flying dragons. They're drones, but they look like a dragon. And they will be breathing fire as well. But I didn't catch them on camera that day. They're doing some testing still. So I think they're still doing testing now. They're having, obviously they want to get it right. So, but cool. The whole theming in that area, just like it's that the whole like Viking, I guess, kind of feel. But everything just next level. The detail, like Rivertown's amazing, right? At Dreamworld, the detail. This is 1,000 times that. Like it's incredible, just incredible. Just blew my mind. Everything about it, all the characters, the people in costume and character, amazing. Things that are lots of things moving everywhere around as well, which creates that atmosphere. Toothless was amazing. Every time I went to go there, over an hour queue. So I got close, and I didn't personally get to pat it. I got close, and I think I posted a photo today actually. So it's a massive animatronic creature. Apparently, it was made and designed and built in Australia, or it was designed in Australia. Put it that way. I don't know which company, but it was incredible. But it's just everything there is so well themed. The roller coaster, it's a family coaster, but it is crazy. It's still it's got multiple launches in there. For a family coaster, it's crazy. It's like a big full-on coaster with multiple launches, but in a smaller package, but packs a punch. And they're quite long. I really enjoy how the coasters are quite long there. So that was really cool. All the technology they got in that park. So when you hire a locker, like they won't let you, like you got to take nothing on the rides. They don't allow filming. Now, I bet people are going to go, but I've seen POVs. Well, I'd say some people have been approved, like specific sites, like Orlando sites or Orlando video update people, whatever. But there's probably been some people that have snuck things on, which I don't know how they get away with it, because you're told to empty everything out. You got to go to the lockers. All you do, right? It's just crazy. You go to the locker, and this is at the ride. You push a button on the screen, you look at the camera, and then bang, the locker door opens. A random one opens. You put your stuff in, close it, you go line up. There's metal detectors. You go through, you walk through that, you get wandered down as well. Like it's full on. And then you line up and go on the ride. And when you come off the ride, you go to the same, like there's banks of lockers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You go to the same bank that you went to initially, tap the button again, look at the camera, and bang, your locker pops open. Unreal. Easy, quick, fast, and it's free, obviously, when you ride the rides. That's crazy. Yeah, so that whole land, it's interactive. The detail's crazy. They've got like a Castaway Bay ride, but it's themed with the Viking like theme there from the movie. But really well themed. You would have seen that in a video that I posted if you've watched that yet. Just crazy. And by the way, I was there from open to close, right? And I struggled to eat anything. I just like I struggled to get a drink, like as in I was just running around trying to film as much as I could and go on the rides because obviously I didn't want to go that way and not ride anything, so I had to ride the rides as well. So I had a couple of times where I was waiting a little excessively longer in some of the queues because the ride had stopped and then they'd restarted it. But then there was already like 300 people queued in the inside. So, and they'd cut the single rider at that time. So I had some issues where I had to wait. So I had probably a couple of rides there where I lost time in the day. But anyway, that's all cool. They weren't running Ride Express or anything that day, although I was fortunate enough to be taken through on a couple of the rides. So, which was really cool. Stardust Race was the first thing in the morning. I had a massive queue and I got on like Ride Express. Very fortunate of that. So after I went to Isle of Berk, I went, right, I've got to go over to Dark Universe. Where is it? Dark Universe. Let's post it here. Monsters Unchained. That whole area, again, wow. The theming is just blows your mind. Like, it's insane. The characters in the area. They got Monster Makeup store there. Amazing places to eat, drink. Retail is just crazy good there. And obviously, when you come off the ride, that's when you get in the merch shops. You know, they do it well over there. Crazy. Monsters Unchained. It was down when I went into the area, and I'm like, oh, damn it, I'm gonna have to ride this. It has to come up today. Luckily, I just hung around the area for about half an hour, and then it opened. And luckily, there was no one already queued in the building, which happened to me later on another ride. But so I was straight in, walk on. But the queue areas for these attractions are massive. They hold so many people, and obviously, on a really busy day at peak, the capacity at those parks would be 7 times the capacity, at least, if not nearly 10 times of our parks. Insane, right? So they have to have the queue areas that can hold probably, I don't know, 1,000 people or more, probably. I don't know. They're massive. I walked through past all of that, luckily enough. And then I got to check out all the inside ride queue theming is just blows your mind next level as well. It's crazy, the detail. It's insane. And then that ride, same thing, lockers, everything on the lock into the lockers and all that in the inside of the ride. That ride is, if you've been on the Forbidden Journey at one of the other Universal parks, same ride vehicle, like on the arm, except with the Forbidden Journey, that's a lot of screens and it goes quite fast, and I always get nauseous off that ride. This one is more practical set and animatronics inside the ride with some screens, but I think the screens are used smartly. They're kind of seem to be a little back a bit further and kind of blend more into the scenery, and the ride's a little slower so that you're more fully immersed into the actual scene of that part of the ride and that scene. And that's what I loved about it. Everyone was walked off and no one was saying I was feeling sick. And I heard other people comment, oh, that didn't make me feel sick. Didn't make me feel nauseous at all. I love that ride. It was definitely probably my favorite ride now. I love dark rides. I love themed attractions, and wow, incredible. I tell you, so crazy. Anyway, my next video will feature that the Dark Universe, and we'll feature all of this. And the Curse of the Werewolf, because I had to get the T-shirt, of course, of the ride. Probably you can see that. I'm not sure if you can all see that or not, but Curse of the Werewolf. It's a spinning coaster. It's also in the Dark Universe. It's a good little coaster. It's cool. It does go backwards as well. Yeah, and it's just the theming around the whole area, and the entry and everything. Man, there's even like a pub, like a tavern, and it has a windmill. And every now and then, the windmill, the the blades, the windmill, catch fire. Like it's erupts into flames and goes around. Crazy. That's just so much that's been thought of. It's insane. Like, I mean, I'm sure if you're into theme parks and you've been searching up Epic Universe content, you'd seen all this, but it's nothing. You've probably seen it all now, but to be there and experience it, to be immersed in it, it was insane. Next level. Anyway, because I had to wait a little while in that area for that ride to open, I was keeping an eye on the clock, because with the Harry Potter whole area, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter has the Ministry of Magic attraction right in there. Now, with that one, they were only doing virtual queues only, so you couldn't just rock up and go on it. Yeah, you had to have a virtual queue. So luckily, they told me this as soon as I arrived at the park. They said, you need to get on this now. You need to make sure I already have my app downloaded. And yeah, I had to get that virtual line as soon as the clock struck 11 a.m. to get on there straight away and just try to get it. And I was fortunate enough to get it. They said, you may miss out. Like, you may actually miss out. But I got it. And my time was for 3:10. So that was like, cool. I had to get back to that area by 3:10. So I literally had like 10 minutes, and it's not too far. I mean, it is a little bit of a walk. You got to go out of that area. Then you got to go past the Helios Hotel and then over to Harry Potter. That land is just, again, they told me what they spent on that, just on that land alone. And I can't repeat the number. But again, you spend the money, you get anything you want. I did hear a comment from someone who's been on the actual set, who was on the set of the Ministry of Magic, and it is like 100 times better. This park is 100 times better. So obviously movie sets aren't made they're made to look okay in the movie, but this, wow. I mean, the actual land itself, it's Paris, right? It's Paris. And like, wow, the detail in just every inch of that place is just wow factor. The people, the characters in the area all themed, just everything, the posters like half peeling off the walls and stuff that are made to be like that and aged, and just everything is just crazy. And of course, my favorite, the butterbeer, and there, of course, had to have several frozen butterbeers because it was so hot over there in Florida. And I tell you, that whole wow, just walking and being immersed in this is just wow. But the ride was insane. I mean, I've posted some bits of footage of the inside area of that attraction. More to come, obviously, on that. But oh, geez, just I can't. Yeah, everything is just like, just the whole day I'm like going, oh wow, like wow, and you're just so immersed. It's wow, they've done it so amazing, and they had to, because obviously if they're going to name the park Epic Universe, it's got to be epic. Like, it absolutely has to be epic, and I think it's better than epic. It's crazy epic. It's insane. Now that ride vehicle, when I first hopped on it, I thought I was going into, if you've been to Disney and been on the Galaxy of the Guardians or the Tower of Terror, the ride vehicle looks like that when you hop into it. Excuse me, a couple of rows back, a couple of rows in there, and like it seats, I don't know I didn't count how many, but it would seat probably about 15 to 20 people probably. And it moves along, and again, you're going through scenes, but it's a cross between physical animatronics, which are, again, next level, and sets and screens, but done in such a way that you're fully immersed and just blown away by it. Like, it is crazy, unbelievable good. My first ride on there, and I had to wait ages because even though I went back for my time, and I walked straight through, but then when I got to a certain point, there was probably 100 people already that were already queuing in that building when the ride went down. So I had to wait behind them. So, excuse me, I probably waited an hour once I was inside there. So worth it though. But then halfway through the ride, it faltered and stopped. And then they had to reset it. So then it just moved slowly through, kind of lights on. And you see when it's lights on, you think, wow, like, I mean, it's still pretty good. But then how they kind of see like how they do it. And it's like, wow, it's incredible. But then we had to get off, kind of not line up again, but we had to be in a holding area for probably another 20 minutes or so before we could jump on again. So I was in that attraction quite a long time too. So I'm watching my watch going, geez, it's like 5:30, and I know it was like nearly 5 o'clock. That's right. I'm like, oh, geez, I've got so much more to do, more lands to see, and all that kind of thing. So did the ride again. It was just incredible. Went out there, got it more, more immersed in the area. I couldn't do the Cirque show in there because of time, but I was told that Cirque show is just crazy. You'd need more than a day, I reckon, at this park. Just, I mean, if you had Ride Express, you probably would be okay, actually. But it depends. But opening day is they're expecting capacity crowds, so it's going to be pressures on the park. But wow, I tell you, everything's crazy. The food is next level. Like, you think the food's pretty good here? No, I tell you, next level. It's not theme park food. It's food, like whatever area you're in, that's the food you're getting. Themed food, crazy. Anyway, I had to then go, when I left that area, I had to run over to Super Nintendo World. Again, I've obviously, a year ago when I was in Hollywood at Universal Studios, I had a full half a day in Super Nintendo World Road, the Mario Kart ride, Bowser's Challenge, and all that. Now, that's exactly the same there, except this one, when you walk, you go up an escalator, and then you come out, and you're on like a mezzanine level, and you look sort of down onto Super Nintendo World. It's incredible. It actually works really well. It's like, it really is like wow factor. But I was, I really didn't spend hardly any time in that area because it is the same essentially as the one in Hollywood. It's exactly the same, except they do have Yoshi's ride in this one, which is I'd recommend doing it. I didn't do it because the queue was actually quite long at that time, and I'm like, I got to go to Donkey Kong Country. That's why I had to ride Donkey Kong minecart. So anyway, I had a quick look around Nintendo, went through to Donkey Kong Country. By then it was probably like 6:30. Oh no, 5:30. Close to 6 maybe. Yeah, and then so I had a bit of a look around there. The ride was down when I went in there, and I said to them, I said, "What's the story?" And they're like, "Oh, yeah, it's been down for about half an hour." I said, "Okay, so it should be up soon." They said, "We don't know if it's even going to be up again today." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, I come all the way from Australia. I got to ride this ride. You don't want to miss out. So I'm like, all right. And there was only about 20, 30 people standing around. I'm like, I'm standing here. I'm waiting. And after about half an hour, I'm getting a bit anxious. Like, oh my God, it was just getting dark and everything. And then I seen the cart start to go around. I'm like, oh, yes. So they started testing. And I know that they've got to do at least 3 full cycles of all the carts. So it took about, it probably took about another 25 minutes or so. It's probably an hour I was waiting around. And then it opened. I'm like, awesome. And I said, single rider. And they said, just not now at this time. Just go straight in. Okay, go straight in. Walked all through everything, all the outside queue rail and everything. And then as soon as I got into the building, there was like 300 people in there waiting in there from when it stopped. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, okay, surely this will be pretty quick. Nah, I was queuing in there for maybe an hour and a half before I got on the ride. But I had fans going, and some interactive things going on in the queue line with your power band as well, which is cool. But quite a long time to wait. However, no matter how long you wait for that ride, it is so worth it. That's wow. Again, wow. So many surprises. so many surprise elements on that coaster. I thought from having looked at some footage and things that it was kind of like there'd be one part where you think you're going to come off the tracks. The whole thing feels like it's broken in the whole ride. It feels like it's broken in the whole ride because everywhere, which way you go, oh my God, the track's busted here. But then it turns and it's, wow, it's crazy. It's so crazy. It's on like on a boom arm also because it kind of gives the illusion of jumping the track at one point, like a broken part to the people looking at the ride. Yeah, again, the theming in the inside, crazy. When it goes up the lift climb and then it like propels up, it's just super cool. I got off going, wow, man, like far out. I'm so glad I did that. But as I was coming off, it was 8:00 and they were shutting the shop and they'd closed off the themed dessert stand and all that because the park closes at 9. I think it was 9:00. It was 9:00. It was 9:00. Yeah, it was 9:00. So they did tell me earlier that whilst everything was shut at 9, it only takes about an hour or two to actually cycle everyone out of the park. So I'm like, oh, I've got to see Dark Universe at night. So I went back there, filmed some nighttime stuff there, trying to get some night shots of around the park and that kind of thing. Plus, I wanted to do a little bit of shopping in the gift stores. So, so wow, what an awesome day! I'll tell you, it was full on. I loved it. It was more than my expectations. If you can ever go, I would just go. If you can go. Obviously, it's in Orlando, so it's a bit of a travel. I had never been to Orlando before, so my flights went from Brisbane to San Francisco, and then I actually then had to go San Francisco to Denver, and then Denver to Orlando, all in one hit. Though I think I had a 4-hour layover at San Francisco, 2 hours in Denver, and then on to Orlando. Coming back, I went direct from Orlando to San Fran, and then San Fran to Brisbane. But it's a big travel day if you're not used to it. It's a lot, but got through it. It's so worth it though. When you get there, I got there like just before midnight, like on the Monday night, and then Dad invited me to their other Universal parks for Tuesday and Thursday as well. And we had a hopper ticket. So I was able to, because at the other Universal parks, you've got, they're joined. So Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios are joined, but you can only get to into, like, if you're at Islands of Adventure, you only get to the other one via the Harry Potter Hogwarts Express train, but only if you've got a park hopper ticket. Otherwise, you can't. You got to go out the park and then go in the entry of the other park on a separate day, or what have you. So, so I had a couple of days there as well, which was incredible to see those parks. I think I did almost all the rides. Got nauseous after a few of the rides, but wow, So there'll be plenty of videos coming up of the other Universal parks as well. And City Walk's amazing there. Also went out to Disney Springs on this visit as well. I didn't get to go to Disney World or anything. I just didn't have enough time. The purpose of the trip was obviously being invited out to Epic Universe to check it out and being able to do a preview and experience everything it's got to offer, the rides, attractions, everything, the atmosphere, the characters, everything, before it opens to the public. And it blew me away that I had the opportunity. So I just still can't even, it's never ever thought that would ever happen. And I never thought I'd actually, I thought I definitely wanted, Orlando's was on my bucket list. I mean, but of course I was like, well, that's going to be a couple of years away realistically. So that was a very surprisingly fortunate thing. So I just very very fortunate and thankful and grateful for that. So yeah, obviously I just obviously went by myself because it was just offered to me. So, but yeah, it's definitely a place you want to take your family for a visit. There's so many memories to be made there and experiences. I tell you, unbelievable. So, yep, I hope you do. If you are watching this, I hope you are subscribed to my channel because there's lots of cool videos coming out of Epic Universe and also of the Universal Studios Islands of Adventures and that sort of thing. There are other parks as well. Plus, there'll be a hotel review for because it's staying there. The hotel I stayed at is a Universal, one of their new ones, and it just opened I think a week before, 1 or 2 weeks before I got there. So yeah, it's pretty crazy, pretty crazy. It all happened so fast, and yeah. So anyway, that's kind of in a nutshell. I will get to you. I know I can see plenty of questions there, so um, I'll try and get through some of your questions there, and appreciate you guys listening and being on here. But I just want to yeah, if you got questions about anything about Epic Universe, about the park, let me know. Let me know. All right, so let's check it out. All right, what we got here? What do we got? What do we got? I'm just going past it. And again, thank you to everyone who is saying hi and hello, and I appreciate that. So Dane's saying, let's see the merch. Yeah, okay, so I already showed you the shirt. Everything's backwards on there. Over here. It's backwards. Donkey Kong Country sign. I got that. That's pretty cool. Curse of the Werewolf sign, same as the t-shirt. Dark Universe sign up there. I got my, you probably can't see it, my Back to the Future number plate from the DeLorean time machine. That was from the normal Universal Studios park. Epic Universe kind of number plate. It's not actually number plate. It's like a perspex sign here, and I just got some. Got like a pin as well there. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, if it's coming out very clear or not, but yeah, it's just a pin there. And then a keyring. I just haven't got the keyring in here at the moment. And that's really like everything's just really expensive, to be honest with you. Like that little pin's like $17. So that's probably about like 20, nearly $30. So it's just a lot of money. And you know, yeah. The merch is next level. It blows your mind. It just blows your mind. I like a few things that remind me of like where I have been, like sort of thing. Like yeah. So I mean that all still, wasn't cheap, but anyway, you got to get something while you're there, right? You can't go home and go, I've only got a memory and a couple of videos. You have to have something tangible that you've brought back from there. So so yeah. All right. Let's see. All right, where am I at? We got what is meeting? How to train your dragon characters? What's it like? Yeah, like the actual roving characters were unreal. They were so in character, so exact, true to the character as well. Incredible. Toothless, as I said before, I couldn't quite. I didn't have the hour to wait. I went back twice. It was still an hour, and I just well, I can't. When you're only there for the day, yeah, nah, I had to get the rides done and the park scene and videoed. So, but I got close and it was incredible. The animatronics, wow! And then there's other moving creatures and dragons and stuff all through that whole place, that whole land. Incredible, just wow. What else we got here? Yep, the new Epic Park is epic. Absolutely. Excuse me. Was the dragon flying around? They were testing on the day. I saw it at one point, but it didn't look like it was very stable. It wasn't. It wasn't. They're constantly testing that thing. So, and I think they're just trying to work out the flames. I think they'll breathe fire, or what will probably look like fire. Yeah, trip was amazing. Thanks, Chris. Like I was just saying before. Be able to bring back many souvenirs, yeah, just like I went through then. Not too many because it's just so expensive, but I did definitely bring me back a few things to remind me of where I have been. I wish our theme parks did longer hours. Yeah, I mean, I think our theme parks need to do longer hours in peak seasons, without a doubt. They need to do till 9 p.m. every single night of the school holidays throughout the whole year. They just need to, because then it gives people the opportunity to actually get rides without having to spend that horrendous amount of money on fast track. And I know it's how they make their money and stuff, but the thing is, if you're a family of 4 or 5 or whatever, you can't, 200 and whatever it is dollars each. I mean, even in Universal Parks, Ride Express is not cheap at all, but their queues or their attendance is 10 times what we've got here on a day. So you kind of need it. You kind of need it. Yes, I was invited out. Do you think it's better than Islands of Adventure? Yes. I mean, Islands of Adventure is a completely different park, a different feel, completely different feel. So, different layout and everything. Epic is when you're in the land, when you go into each of the lands, you feel like you're just in a theme park. You think, wow, this theme park is amazing, because you're fully immersed and there's rides and everything. You think, hang on, I go out the portal and into Celestial Park, and then I can walk into another theme park. You know what I mean? Like, so next level. It's just so next level. My favorite land, John, would be Dark Universe. Yep. Just crazy good. I love Universal monsters and things like that. Yeah, overall, just incredible, amazing. I saw you at Dreamworld the other day. Must have been a couple of weeks ago. You can always come and say hi. It's fine. I'm used to people stopping me to say hi. It's not a problem at all. We need a Jaggs behind the scenes, like making the videos. Who's going to film me? I do everything myself most of the time. What are you going to do on Anzac Day, Shane? I don't know. To be absolutely honest, and no disrespect, because Anzac Day is a day of remembrance and things like that. But I probably will be sleeping because I'm still not caught up. I was awake for 50 hours before I went to bed, coming back, and then I only had, because each night over there, and when I landed the first night in the US, between the time I actually got to sleep and the time I had to get up was 3 hours. So I had 3 hours sleep after traveling for 30 odd hours, been up for 30 odd hours, and then I was at the park full day, and then I had probably 6 hours sleep the next night, but then the night after that I had I want to say about 7 hours. No, 5.5 hours. Yes, and then the last night I probably had 6 hours again, and then I was up for 50 hours. And then when I only got about, I might have had 7 hours sleep actually when I got back, but yeah, I'm not caught up. Like I'm still feeling it, like just, but I'm used to being on the go anyway. I mean, just the traveling, I suppose. I don't feel I get jet lagged, but I did feel it this time. Coming back, going over, I'm like, yeah, coffee, or actually American coffee is not that great, but coffee or energy drink does the trick, keeps you going. So I'm probably gonna be sleeping Anzac Day morning, to be absolutely honest. I need it, and editing. All right, what we got here? Just a reminder: this chat is moderated. Just to let everyone know, it's got moderators monitoring the chat. So there's probably some comments going on between other people, so I can't pick up on a couple of the comments there. Will you go on Scooby-Doo when it reopens? Of course, absolutely. Can't wait to go on Scooby-Doo again once it reopens. You still don't know when it's opening? No, they have not. I'm always hopeful for mid-year, June, July, but I think realistically it's probably going to be September. But who knows? They might surprise us, and could be December or earlier. Who knows? Now, because Universal has spent billions of dollars, next it's time for Disney to do the same. Well, apparently, Disney they have made announcements for expansions and upgrades, and I think they're putting in a Villains Land as well. So obviously to sort of counteract the dark universe, I'm guessing. But I think you'll see Disney. I think will be looking at this very closely, going, we need to lift our game. I mean, not that their standards are right up there anyway, as I say. But if they need to be competitive in the market, then they need to be at least as good, if not better. And look, I think Universal had to do what they had to do with this park because of the likes of what Disney have been doing. Like, I haven't been on the ride yet, but like the Rise of the Resistance, next level kind of ride, next level immersive and massive scale. So I guess Universal have gone, we need to be at that level or better. And now Disney's gone, they can do that. Wow, okay, geez. Well, we got to keep up our game. So I think you'll see that now, from them as well. It's like here where what Rivertown has done at Dreamworld, kind of raises the bar and sets the bar, I think, for future levels of theming and immersiveness. I think it does. So, and then there has to be the other parks that got to go, wow, okay, we need to be up there too. So I think it's only going to get better over the years, all in all. Do I prefer Movie World or Universal? Universal. I'm sorry to say, Universal is definitely my favorite parks, my kind of parks. I feel at home in those parks. I love the parks. I love the theming. I love the IPs. I'm a Universal Studios guy. 100%. If I could work there, I would. I wish Movie World can do the same for Epic Universe. I know they never will, probably. Look, it just comes down to money, absolutely. In the US, they have, the people. This is so much people, so many people. Like, it's crazy people. Like, I was asking, is this busy time of year? Now, it was spring break essentially had finished. However, there's still a couple of states on spring break. So they said, yeah, it's still kind of an overlap of holiday. And there was lots of those, the cheerleading, like there's bus loads of cheerleading kids, like doing all their I don't know, competitions and stuff. I don't know where, but they were staying at all the hotels. You saw them everywhere. So there's just so many people. Orlando is just like the Gold Coast on steroids times 100, like crazy. Just stuff, attractions and things everywhere, like just insane. It's just crazy. So I don't think we just haven't got the population here, and probably haven't got the budget that Universal has. But I'll tell you that this Peninsula Springs water is very, very refreshing. Just want to say that. Anyway, Anna's saying I'm going to Tokyo Disney Sea this year. That is awesome. That's also something I'd like to do is to go to Japan and go to Tokyo Disney and Disney Sea and Universal again one day. I mean, things cost a lot of money. So, but yeah, good on you. You're definitely be looking forward to that. Amazing parks from what I've seen and heard. Absolutely incredible. What have we got here? Hi, Shane. I went to Dreamworld Night Market and I saw a TikTok live. Okay. Cool. Was it one of the regular content creators from the Gold Coast? No doubt. All right, let's see. What else we got here? The theming of the Wizard of Oz area is good. It is good. It's not epic. It's good. It's good for Movie World. Do they have a ride test seat? Yeah, so pretty much every ride over there has a test seat out the front of it. What else we got? I'm enjoying this. Thanks, XY Ninja. Appreciate it. Anna's saying I'm too overweight for the Storm roller coaster at SeaWorld. Look, the good thing is when they have the test seats is you get a chance to have a look at how how the ride secures the harnesses come down, that kind of thing. And look, each ride is a bit different. They have different ride manufacturers as well. So I'm sure you'll be able to ride the Storm coaster at some point. It's definitely a great ride. I wish they never got rid of the Bermuda Triangle though, because that was better, I reckon. I definitely think so. Can you buy Nintendo consoles there? Not that I saw, no. Just everything else branded Nintendo, basically. Wish the parks had themed food here. It brings... let me see if I can expand your comment. Yeah. I can't expand it for some reason. But you're right. And they do from time to time, but yeah... Other time it's generic, but over there everything is themed to the area. Crazy, so good. I was talking to a worker at the King Claw site, and they said the parts should be coming in June or July. Awesome. Yeah, they've got the car park ready, I believe, ready for the parts to arrive. That's cool. And I sent some photos today, which I posted tonight on Instagram of the concrete pour, and now they're building a lot. They're building walls and things. So, yeah, a lot of work going on there, which is really cool. Theming is king. Makes so much difference. Movie World, take note. Craig, yes. Theming is 100%. It's called a theme park, right? Theme park. So correct. Theming is everything, and Epic have just made it epic times 10. Insane. Anna's asking, will King Claw go 360 like the one at Aussie World? No, it will not. To the best of my knowledge, it will not go the full 360. Dave's been to Aussie World. Yeah, it's a good little park, that one. Did you go to Universal Studios and Disney World, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, etc.? Just Universal Studios. I was invited out by Universal to go to Epic Universe and to check out their other parks. And that was it. So Did you fly with Jetstar? No, I flew with United. Hey, Fuel Radar. Thank you so much for the super chat there. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. You're asking, how's it going? Yeah, I'm going good. And if you've been on since the start, obviously I've been chatting about Epic Universe and the day there visiting the park. And yeah, I've just been very fortunate to experience this. And it's next level. It really, really is next level. And the good thing is, like, if you're watching my videos and you're seeing these videos on I know they're not your local content. Most Aussies are going to go to the local parks. I get it. And that's what most of us are more interested in because they're more tangible. It's more reachable. We're going to get to those parks. We can go to those parks regularly or once a year or whatever it might be. But it's really cool to see what goes on in the US. And, even if you can't get an opportunity to go over there, just to see what the differences are and see what level, of the theme parks are. They're the experts, they're the originals. So what you can do and experience over there. And I tell you what, it does give you a lot of excitement, I feel, to think about maybe planning a trip, because don't forget you can pay trips off. You can pay them off. And that's how I do most of my trips. I pay them off because I don't have a lot of money. So most people just normal, you live week to week, pay your bills, things are going up, that kind of thing, right? So, but if you can work out a bit of a budget and save and work out how much it's going to cost, you can save money, but also you can pay things off. Particularly travel, you can pay travel off. And as far as we all know, we've got one life. That's if you love theme parks and you want to experience more and you want to be wowed and immersed in fun and excitement and theme parks, I'd just suggest if you can try and work out how to get there, then try to do it. But if you are watching my videos, please subscribe, obviously, because there's more videos coming out. But also, if you could share the video out to anyone else that you think who might be going there or might be interested in having a look as well, because from an Aussie theme park content creator perspective on how it looks, so there's no doubt going to be other Australian creators going over there from once it's open for the rest of the years ahead and all the rest of it. But to get a look in now before it's even open, it's pretty cool, and I am very fortunate. And for me to be able to share that with you guys and show what it's all about, I think it's pretty cool. And I'd appreciate obviously any sharing in that. But yeah, certainly if you can work out a trip to Orlando, and there's 3 Universal parks now, so plus there's, I think, what is it, 4 or 5 Disney parks, and there's water parks, there's SeaWorld. Actually, the back of my hotel looked out over SeaWorld as well, so it's all fairly close by. Disney's a little bit further away. I'd say 20 minutes drive in the car from Universal, roughly, depending on traffic. It's close, but it's not that close. It's not, you can't see it from there, kind of thing. But it's a massive place. Like, man, Orlando's massive. There's so many other attractions there too. If you just want to go on a holiday for theme parks and fun, that's the place. Like, I love LA, don't get me wrong. I love the original Disneyland in Los Angeles. I love LA for many other reasons. It has a lot of meaning to me for various other reasons. And I love the Universal Studios there, the original, and the backlot tour. Love it, and I want to go back again. But now that I've been to Orlando, and I didn't even scratch the surface because this was a specific reason for me coming out there was for this Epic Universe. So I need to go back, and I need to see the rest of it all just to experience it all. But I reckon I'm going to need 2 or 3 weeks there, and I'm going to have to save for the next 2 years to get there. Realistically, like it's a massive trip, and it's really expensive to get there, and the dollar is crazy at the moment. Obviously, it's not great. So anyway, do what you can. In the meantime, check out the content. At least check it out, and it might inspire you to start planning something at least. Did I meet any other creators during a trip? No. So a few, like I was saying earlier, a few of them were quite a lot of them actually were invited out before the day I was there. So the week before, I think it was, or a few days before even. And they were, so they had to be like taken around, and they weren't allowed to film and photo everything. But the day I was there, free for all, but it was still only invited people and friends and family of the workers because they need to test the park. But everything was open as per normal day, as per normal. So no restrictions, obviously just no on-ride. You cannot film the rides there, even though there is POVs. Some of them probably have been approved, no doubt. I know there's some that people have just done the wrong thing and snuck a camera or something on there to film. And I've seen a lot of comments going on from some other creators in the US about those people doing the wrong thing, and they did do the wrong thing. You can't take you can't film on the rides there. That's unfortunate, but that is the fact. It's really strict. Even at the other Universal parks, again, you got to put your stuff in the locker. You got to go through metal detectors, and then they even, if you beep, they wand you down. It's full on. Like, it's crazy, but it's cool. But yeah. The day after, so when the day I was there, I didn't see any other. It wasn't a day for creators. It was invited people, and then also for the workers, it was there. They got an allocation for tickets, I guess, to hand out to friends and family. So, but the day after, or the day or two after I left, was they opened it up to Universal annual pass holders. So, so a lot of people are going through the parks now, and there's truckloads more content coming out now, and the official opening day to the public is the 22nd of May. So yeah. How much did your trip cost? I can't discuss what was the details around the trip. What's better, Epic or Hollywood Universal? Well, again, like I was saying before, Hollywood Universal has a real special place in my heart, and it's more to do with the nostalgia of the tram tour, which is why I went for the 60th anniversary last year. I love that park for many reasons, and for that tram tour, and the backlot is the real backlot of real working movies and stuff that are filmed around there. That's what I love about that park. Epic Universe is totally different again. So to be honest, I can't say one is better than the other. I love them both for different reasons. Epic Universe, though, is definitely the most beautiful, highly immersive themed park you'll probably ever see. So the technology used throughout the park in all areas, particularly in the rides, is next level. Is next level times 10. It's just wow factor. So, yeah, that's all I can say. When do you think they'll make something a Doomsday, and what do you think they'll put there? They need to do something this year, I think, before December, before peak. I think because of the short time frame in that, I mean, they can't leave it like it is for another year. Like, close the area down. Don't let people walk in there if they're going to do that. But I think it'll probably just be a flat ride, and I think it'll be kind of themed similarly, and it might just it may even be a temporary measure or a temporary fix, band-aid, maybe, to get something in there to chew some crowds through the peak until they announce what they're actually going to do with the area. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. I'm only guessing. That's just, probably not what's going to happen. But yeah. Anyway, I'd like to see a massive dark ride going there. I mean, the amount of dark rides I rode, the Universal parks. I mean, like Transformers and like Spider-Man, just next level stuff. Crazy. Did I buy any How to Train Your Dragon merch? I didn't. Not my not my favorite movie, obviously. Excuse me, but when you're in the area and you're experiencing the rides and the characters and everything, you are more inclined to buy the merch. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't planning this trip or anything, so I didn't really have like money to spare to buy a lot. So I bought a few things, but that wasn't high on my agenda. So no, I didn't. Let's see. Be Crouchy, hey mate. I love seeing all the epic content from yourself and others, but FOMO, yeah, it's. I mean, it is looking at it all. It's like, wow, I wish we had that here. I wish we could all get there. And then, when I was contacted, I was just like, what the heck? I thought it wasn't real, to be honest. Initially, I'm like, nah, this is someone playing a cruel joke. So I didn't really. Like a day went by, and then there was a number there. I'll ring the number. I had to wait for the time difference. It's real. It's pretty, but yeah, it's insane. This coming weekend's adventures for you is Reptile Expo. Zilmere. Okay, I didn't know there was one on there. On Saturday, and the Growl Racing Car Show at the. I think I'm having trouble with my expanding my comments. I actually can't expand my comments. I'm very sorry. I am doing everything, trying everything to expand. I can't read the rest of your message. Sorry, Michael. But it sounds like you got a full on awesome weekend ahead, which is cool. You're always busy doing a lot of stuff, which is awesome, mate. That's really cool. So hyped that Universal's collaborating with Aussie creators. Look, I think I was just a fortunate thing. I don't know if it's a regular thing, but it's blew my mind. Did you like your trip? No, I loved it. What does King Claw look like? So it looks like a bigger version of the original Claw, basically. It's half as tall again. It'll face a different direction, and it still won't go 360. It'll still be like the old Claw, but it's going to be faster as well. If you do check out, if you go back on my channel, it's probably a video there. I think when they announced it, also probably on the last ride of the Claw, I think I put in some photos or drawings of what it's going to look like, and I think I put in some video or footage of the exact ride in another country as well. Do you think they'll make a Universal in Australia? No, I do not. No, we don't have enough visitation for them to warrant putting one down here. I know that people will come. There are, there's a smaller park around the world as well, but I would doubt it, to be honest. Got any merch to bring back to show you? Yeah, I have. Just there, I got the Donkey Kong Country sign. I've got the Dark Universe sign. It's probably not that clear up there. I've got the Curse of the Werewolf ride post there. I've got Epic Universe. Oh, hang on. This Epic Universe, it's a sign there. A pin. I had to get a pin. This stuff's really expensive, by the way. Like it's That's why there's not a lot. Epic Universe. Just a nice. That's the logo. So it's just nice. And I got the Ride T-shirt as well for that Curse of the Werewolf. There's just so much merch though. Like you need thousands of dollars if you really want to go hard on the merch. The quality of the merch and the range of the merch blows your mind. Is so much merch. Everything you could even think of or dream of, they've got it. And that's the thing again. The budgets they've got to make these parks is like almost unlimited. So whatever you dream of, you can make. So the merch would be the same. They would be like, hey, well, we want merch to look like this. We want to have this available. So they get it made for them and you can buy it. So it's crazy. It's insane. Like when you get to watch my Dark Universe video, which is the next video I'll release, in the merch store there, or actually in one of the merch stands there's like a kid's werewolf costume, and it's so high quality. It's just insane. It's insane. Like here, you'd find it would look like something that you've just sewn together yourself. You know what I mean? Like the quality, the difference is epic. Next level. Crazy. Like my shirt, yeah, it's cool. I didn't see any other. There was probably, I mean, in the Isle of Berk there was Isle of Berk shirts, but I didn't see like the Hiccups Flyers like roller coaster T-shirt. I might have had one, but I didn't notice it. So it depends. I just when you've got so much time and you got to try and film everything, it's hard to get everything and to see everything, and to see every merch item and everything. It becomes a bit of a rush at the end to just grab some stuff and that kind of thing. So yeah. GC Party Buses. Thanks for jumping on. Always good to see you. By the way, just before I go on, I just need to have another drink of water. By the way, I'm just having a drink of this beautiful Peninsula Springs natural spring water. Really refreshing, by the way. Beautiful. Anyway, moving on. Did you stay at a Universal Hotel? Yep, I stayed at the Terra Luna Hotel, which only opened a week, maybe, or two before I went there. And opposite that is the Stella Nova Hotel. They're two identical hotels. But my room, I was up on the 8th floor and looked directly across to Epic Universe. Pretty cool. Pretty awesome. The hotel itself was, I do have a video in progress. So there'll be a hotel review of that hotel. So you guys can check it out and can see it. It's brand new. It's quite simple. It's clean and simple. Like, it's not over the top or fancy, but it's modern, simplistic. But I liked it. It was good like that, if you know what I mean. It just felt good. Had like a big marketplace, cafe, and sort of food market. I call it a marketplace, but it's cafe, and then like a place, kind of like, where you just go up and order something and then go sit at a kind of like a food court, really, I kind of suppose. Then you sit at the table, and then your buzzer goes off, and you go get your meal. Yeah, had that as well. Awesome pool area, had a gym, had a swim, had a pool bar as well. Yeah, and the good thing about when you're staying at one of the Universal properties is the free buses that go to the Universal. Well, they basically take you to City Walk, or if you're going to Volcano Bay, like their water park, it'll take you there, all for free, which is really cool. And they just run all day, like periodically every 20 minutes or something. Excuse me. So that's really good and very helpful. At the moment, they're not running to Epic because it's not actually open to the public yet. So I was fortunate enough to have been picked up from the hotel when I went out to Epic that day, and then the other days when I went to the other parks, I just used the buses. But the good thing is too, if you are planning a trip here, and if you are staying at one of the Universal hotels, your room key, which I haven't got on me here, but it's just like a plastic credit card, and it's got like, mine had Incredible Hulk on it, and it had my name on it. So, but if you all hotel guests get 1 hour early park entry. All you do is you rock up to the gate 1 hour, or probably an hour and a half, but before the park opens, because obviously people are queuing. Get to the gate. All you got to do is, when you show your ticket, they scan your hotel room key, which is your credit card, as well, which allows you then to go in that 1 hour early. And that's for hotel guests. Pretty cool. No extra cost. So that's awesome. I don't know. Well, I guess that's Orlando. So, because in Hollywood, they don't have their own hotel. They have hotels nearby, but they're not theirs. So, yeah, I had to pay extra to go in early in Hollywood. But yeah, so Orlando, that's how that works there. It's my favorite ride at the park. It would have to be Monsters Unchained. It would have to be Monsters Unchained. Yeah. Followed very closely by Ministry of Magic. They're just, those two rides are very similar. Like different ride vehicle, but similar in terms of dark ride, animatronics, screens, and practical sets. Really cool, amazing, immersive rides. Highly themed. But Donkey Kong Minecart Madness, next level, insane, loved it. I love them all. Stardust Races was my new favorite roller coaster. Insane. Just, I can't just, my mind is blowing just even thinking about it. But walking through there was incredible. No, I didn't run into any other YouTubers. They were there. They were there, like as in the day before, day after, and all that. But they were probably staying at the same hotel even. But I didn't. I was out pretty early in the morning and that kind of thing. And GC Party Buses. He obviously likes the brand of water I drink. Peninsula Springs, by the way, natural spring water. Good water too, by the way. And it's a good thing of this one is 500 mils, so it's just enough, I reckon. Beautiful. Anyway, Australian dollars a killer at the moment. 100% makes buying merchandise and food really expensive for us. Yeah, that is correct, and that's why I didn't buy it. I didn't get much. I got a few things, but yeah, and I didn't eat a lot when I was there purely because it was like, it's not cheap, but then you got to convert it and go, oh, geez, actually, it's pretty expensive. Like, it's a hard, yeah, it is a lot of money. So and I was just by myself. If you're with your family, like, look, even when I just, you catch an Uber, that's all done through the app, right? So you catch a few Ubers here and there because I went out to have a bit of a look around, and plus, back to the airport and stuff. And then, of course, over there, rate the driver. So you rate them, leave a tip, and it gives you options. So you feel stingy to leave the lowest tip. So you give the middle tip. Oh yeah, $5, $8, but then it turns into like $12, and then your $20 Uber trip ends up being like $32. So all of a sudden you're like $50 down or more, and you're like, oh, geez. Yeah, so it's, if you get a deal, I was fortunate with, being invited to head here. I didn't have the expense a lot of people would have, but geez, I don't even know how much the theme park tickets would cost. I'm sure that'd be a couple of hundred or thereabouts US dollars. It's significant money. It's significant. Look, I mean, I can tell you, no matter what the money, it's so worth it. Like, it's so worth it, right? But it's a lot of money. So yeah, it's not reachable for most people. I think for a lot of people, like I was saying before, if you really want to do it, you just got to do it. Like, I normally get loans and things to go on those any bigger trip, because I don't earn a lot of money like most people, an average wage. YouTube pays a little tiny bit of money, so I can upgrade a microphone or sunglasses or whatever. But you know what I mean, or pay for annual pass. It's just, yeah. So USA, and at the moment the dollar is just absolutely, was it 57 cents or something? I think I had to pay to get a dollar. So I got, for one Australian dollar, I got like 57 US cents. So I took bugger all with me, just enough to scrape through. But then the Ubers and everything, that all just adds up. It's an expensive time. Like, I don't know how people take families over there. It's a mortgage. It's, yeah. Anyway, if you can do it, 100% do it. It's worth it. Late to the stream. Just got back to Sydney after driving from the Gold Coast. Wow, that's a big drive. Got to experience new rides. That's awesome. They're really good, aren't they? Good to see that you got to Epic. Yeah, I never thought I'd be going to Epic Universe in the next, I honestly thought 2 years. So who knows? This world runs in mysterious ways sometimes. So you should be proud. Look at where your channel is now. Thanks, Bodie. I appreciate it. I'll tell you what, I'm proud. I'm proud. Thank you. Yeah, look, I mean, started. I probably told the story 300 times. I remember when I was at Dreamworld, it just started, and this kid wanted me to, a kid and his mates, they're teenagers. They wanted me to take a photo of him and his mates with his camera, and I said, "Oh yeah, I'll do that if you subscribe to my YouTube channel." And he's like, "Oh, hey, how many subscribers you got?" And I went, 10. And he went, "Oh, 10K." And I went, "No, just 10. You'll be at number 11." He subscribed, but it's like, yeah, it's cool when you get your first, 10 was like, wow, I got 10 people that want to follow my channel. 50, I was like, far out. And then 100, I was like, 100, this is crazy. And then, I guess it went up to like 500. And then when you eventually get to that magic 1,000, like, I was like, wow. And the funny thing was, like, when I got to 500, YouTube sends you a message that says, congratulations on 500 subscribers. That's a full plane load of people on an Airbus A380 double-decker aircraft, and you think, that's a lot of people. Wow, that watch my channel. And, as you guys know, I work full-time. I do, this is my weekend hobby. I can only really pump out one video a week, which I religiously do, one video every week, sometimes two. I work full-time. The more content you pump out, the more your channel will grow. So obviously I can't grow too much more, as in faster, because I can only do so much content. And got a family, got other things to do in life, and job, very important job. That is, consuming, obviously, because it's my bread and butter. So that's my number one. This is my passion, my hobby. But yeah, in the I think it's been 6 years now. I think it's, wow. I mean, I'm happy where it is, and I can't even believe actually where it is. And my dream is definitely one day to be doing this as a full-time gig and traveling around and doing it full-time. But realistically, I'd need to have 5 or 6 times the amount of subscribers that I've got now to even think about that. So reality versus the dream, But anyway, I'm happy, very happy from where it is, where it's going. There's a lot more people now also doing this kind of thing, more than there ever has been. Every week there seems to be someone starting up again. And look, you get a lot of sort of copied content coming out now, or there's just not a lot of, there's only so much Gold Coast content, to be honest. It's, you know what I mean? Like, these parks have very limited things going on. So, I mean, I sometimes get sick of just seeing the same stuff all the time. So, as a content creator, it's like, you know, so it's good to get overseas. It's good to get out of Gold Coast to somewhere different and just film something different, offer something different. So, after what did I say? Maybe 6 years of now or something. I think it's 6 years in the doing the gig. Hey, the channel, I'm happy with it all. Maybe I might steer in a slightly different direction now. Of course, theme parks are still going to be a passion anyway, of course. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But definitely want the channel to certainly continue to grow. But I appreciate you guys that have been along for the journey for as long as most of you have been. It's been amazing. Like, I know a lot of you personally now, just from, you guys have been subscribed and have bumped into you guys a lot in the parks, and we communicate on live streams and things, and it's really cool. I love it. And there's only really a very, very small amount of people that aren't really very friendly or kind for reasons who would know. But out of all the thousands of people, there are like 0.00011% of those. So you got to take that with the amount of people involved. Hey Ryder, thanks for jumping on. I appreciate it. Been watching the Minecraft movie. I heard it's really good. Hope you didn't throw popcorn. What is it? Chicken Jockey. I haven't seen the movie, but I've just seen bits and pieces. All the theme parks will be closed on Friday. Anzac Day, usually they all are, except, and I haven't checked this, I could be wrong. You might want to check this out. Usually SeaWorld will open from 1 p.m. till 5 p.m. on Anzac Day. And that's only usually because the hotel attached. It's usually something to do with that. So, again, jump on the website or their app and have a look. I haven't checked, so I don't know. But, yeah, the other ones will be shut on Anzac Day. I'll be editing USA Epic Universe videos. So my next one to drop this week will be Dark Universe. So if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe so you get notified when I upload that one. And if you've got friends that are keen to check it out, make sure you let them know. Subscribe to Jaggs Journeys. It's free to subscribe, by the way. And there's some epic videos coming out. And there'll be Universal Islands of Adventure, Universal Studios content. There'll be Disney Springs content, hotel review coming out. There'll be more videos from my US trip. It was a short trip, but I packed a lot in. So I had to put Epic Universe into, I think it's going to be maybe 4 videos. It's just that it's such a massive park. Like, I mean, if I was there 2 or 3 days, I'd probably have 20 videos because you'd be able to just focus on things more. But, I had to just do a complete overview in one, but the video would be an hour and a half long. And I know YouTube analytics tell me that people's attention drops off usually after about 20 minutes or so. So the video is going to be around 20, 25 minutes, maybe up to 30 max, because it's just too much in one. And I think I don't want people to lose interest. I want people to enjoy the video, and then I'll show them what's coming up in the next one, like I did in the one I just did. That's what's coming up in the next one. So at least then oh cool, there's going to be some awesome more content coming up. So that's what I'm doing with that. Am I getting a promo from Peninsula Water? By the way, Peninsula Water is very refreshing natural spring water, Peninsula Springs. You should definitely grab some of this water. Support Peninsula Springs. What makes you say I'm getting a promo? I have another one. All right, what have we got? Yes, I was invited specifically to visit Epic Universe or Universal. I already looked at tickets after your first Epic video. A one-day pass to Epic Universe is $139 US for an adult, $134 for a child. Save $5. Okay, no multi-day passes yet. Yeah, I think they're just keeping it like that. And they probably would have Ride Express available for day one, I'd imagine. No doubt they're capping them though. I would imagine they've capped that as well. So that's US dollars. So it's about 200 bucks. I mean, to be honest, I would pay $200. I mean, I didn't have to pay, but I'm just saying I'd pay it. Like it's worth it. But yeah, it's just everything else you got to buy in there, food and the drinks and the merch. It's a lot of money. All right, what have we got? Jason saying, for a family of 4 to fly to Orlando and visit both Universal and the Disney parks, you need to save at least $20,000. I would agree with that. That would be the number. Yep, that would be the number. So I think the flights I think I saw was it was about $3 grand for the flights. So if there's 4 of you, yeah, there's 12 grand. Oh, crazy. What was the weather like? It was just like the Gold Coast. It was, but hotter. There was no cold weather. It was, the mornings was definitely obviously cooler than the day. But the thing over there, so yeah, it was like, I guess, look, I was just in t-shirt all the time. Didn't have any. It was hot. It was, and it's spring, right? It's spring, so the day gets progressively hotter, like it does here. But it seems to get hotter even staying into the night. Like, here it gets hotter, then it cools off in the late afternoon. It didn't seem to do that there. It seemed to just stay hot and warm right through till like night, till late at night. So, and then maybe it cools off a bit in the early hours of the morning. That's what it kind of seemed like it was doing. But again, when I woke up, I think it was still like equivalent of about 25 in the morning, 23 maybe. I don't know. I didn't even check, to be honest, but mornings just felt nice, just nice. Still a bit warm, but just nice. Then got really hot. It really got hot. But because it was spring and I was told in summer it gets really humid there. Like, say, if you're up in Far North Queensland. Apparently it's well, I think that's what they said. Someone said it gets quite humid there. But it was just hot. It was hot. It was nice. It was pleasant, but it was quite hot. You need to drink a lot, for sure. How's your own merch going? Yeah, my own merch is going really well still. Thank you. I get, again, it's all done from an external company, and every month I get a commission check come through. Some months are more than others. Like at Christmas time, it was actually really good, and then obviously January, February, it's only, I might have sold a couple of shirts and a few hats and blah blah blah. So it's a smaller amount, and then it just goes up and down during the year. And then when I promote it a bit more, it goes up, of course, as well. Like anything, you promote it, get it in front of people. People go, oh yeah, merch. I mean, but on my link tree and on my descriptions and things, it's always got in there. If you want to get my merch, you go to this website. So it's all there. But yeah, still ticking over nicely. I do have plans to have another new shirt design this year. Again, it's just money, because you got to go to a graphic designer. It's got to be done properly, and then you got to pay for the patent for it not to be copied, and then it's got to be high res, and then it's got to go to the company and then you got to choose all the designs. There's a bit of work involved, but it is on the plan to put another design or maybe another couple out, what have you. So again, lots on my agenda, and then you get sprung with a short notice trip, which course, that was just blew my mind, but that took a bit of organising at very short notice. Don't worry, I'm not sure what that comment is. Sorry, just rolled past. Okay, here we go. Brilliant to see some Aussie representation and perspective at Epic Universe. Stoked to see it was you. You just have a good and engaging way at presenting the theme park content. Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Very much appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure like there's going to be, once it's open, there's going to be plenty of other Aussie content creators itching to get there and do their thing, of course, as well, which is cool. So you'll see more of that, no doubt. You'll be able to see other people's perspective on it as well, which is cool. So yeah, it's good to see. I mean, I would imagine it wouldn't be it's not like you're going to see someone over there every week, but it's just, I mean, if I could be there every week, I would, trust me. But yeah, again, I'm very grateful for having that opportunity. I still can't even believe it, to be honest with you. But okay, where are we? Okay, here we go. Ryder's saying he's just started to catch up on my videos. That's okay. I know you're busy as well. No dramas, my friend. Kira, any update for a ride at Wet n Wild where Aqualoops were? I haven't seen anything since I've been back, but unless someone else has. But I do know that they're supposed to be putting something in there before December, or for December at least. Ryder's saying he's seen some slide pieces arrive. Okay, well, that's promising. That means hopefully if there are, we may get an announcement soon. So that's really cool. Any predictions on what the Fright Night mazes will be this year at Movie World? No, but I do know that they're going to keep the Deceased maze. That's a permanent fixture. So that's always going to be there. DC Deceased. I do know that they're making a Wolf Creek 3 movie. It comes out this year. I think it's been made or currently in. So I wonder, they've done Wolf Creek 2 maze before. I wonder whether they'll do a Wolf Creek 3 maze this year, and that might be next year. But I think that would be cool to do that. I'd like to see some classics come back, like Halloween, or Friday the 13th, or Freddy Krueger, something like that. Something classic horror. That's what I'd like to see. But whether that's what's going to happen is, who knows? Yeah, they got to pay the money for the IP, so depends. Did I watch Fireman Sam? No. Nope. Sorry, it must have been after my time. Crazy, you can almost afford to go to Epic Universe for the same price as a day at Movie World. Yeah. What is it? Is it 100? I know it's $100 and something at Movie World. Oh yeah, probably. That is crazy. Although that's US dollars, 139, so nearly 200. I don't even know what a day ticket is at Movie World. Is it $100 and something? I think it is. Yeah, crazy. It's just the cost to get there. That's the problem. Jonathan was Supernova. It was really fun. Got a new poster in Funko Pop. That's cool. It was really busy. Yeah, I had a ticket to go to that, and I got sprung with this news that I was going to Epic a couple of days before that. So I just couldn't go. Spend all day there and then edit a video. I had to organize a lot, and get packed. So I missed out on the GC Supernova. But anyway, it's they're all the same essentially. Thereabouts. I'm going on a roller coaster, but I'm going roller coaster, but only Scooby Doo, and I would like to ride with you, Blake's and Riley's. Blake and Riley, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if we're there at the park, we ride stuff. We ride rides with people all the time, so all good. Did you see the park at night? Yes, yeah. I was there on the day I was there. It was closed at 9, and it got dark about 8 o'clock. I want to say 8:30, around that time anyway. Maybe, yeah, I can't remember. Jeez, I think it was 8:30 or 9 o'clock. But yeah, and then whilst the park closed at 9, it actually I was the last person to actually leave the park that night. The very last guest to leave on that night. In fact, funny story. Yeah, because I was scooting around trying to get footage and everything, and then of course I wanted to go to the gift store, and the queue was massive, so I was waiting for the queue to die down. Then anyway, did some shopping there, and then realized I was actually the last person to leave. I was the very last guest to leave Epic Universe. So I'm walking through this massive car park they got out the front. It was empty. There's no one around. So I see a sign that says Uber rideshare. So I head over there. There's no one around. I'm standing there, massive area. It's just me. I'm like, okay, order the Uber. Wait for that 10 minutes. I can see on the map he stops about 1.2 k's away, or yeah, about 1.2 k's away. Then he rings me. He says, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm at the rideshare pickup at Epic Universe." He says, "Well, I'm out the front," because obviously, keep in mind, this park is not open yet. It's not open to the public yet. Another month away. He says, "Oh, I'm out the front and the gates are locked." I went, "Oh, okay." So that completely locked the place up. I'm standing in the and it's inside the perimeter. Even if I walked him, because it was way down the road, the car park's massive. So it was 1.2 k's away where he was. I couldn't get there, so yeah, I had to sort of head back and contact the park. Obviously, they're working there. There's people at the park, and yeah, I had to get someone to drop me home, drop me to the hotel. So I had another way of getting out there. So luckily, it was just sort of behind. But yeah, anyway, that was pretty funny. And even the hotel where I was staying, you call it Uber, and then they ring you and go, "I can't find you." You're like, "I'm across the road from the other one." Like, because on the Uber map, because the hotel only opened 2 weeks ago, it's not even there's no roads on the map. So the map just goes, the road stops, and then there's nothing on their map, and they don't know where to go. There's nothing at all. You got to direct them. Like, yeah, it's funny. So it's all so new. Yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, but yeah, I got to see the park at night, and it is beautiful, incredible. How long was I in Florida for? Just under a week. What it was exactly? It was like 5 days, nearly 5 days. Like, it was short, very short. 4.5 days. 4.5 days. Do you think they'll keep the Doomsday running for Fright Nights? I think they'll probably use it for Fright Nights, no doubt. I'd say for sure. Yeah, I hope we get new mazes anyway. Yeah, for sure. I hope we get new ones. I know this hasn't been announced, but 90% of the rides at Epic are wheelchair accessible. Yeah, they are, absolutely. The thought that's gone into those parks, that park, or those lands in that park, is incredible for everyone, inclusive for everybody. It really is, really is. So yeah, you're right, Michael. Yeah, they've done a great job there. Bodie's saying a one-day ticket for Movie World is $130. Yeah, $70 more you can get into Epic, plus the $3,000 airfare and whatever it's going to cost you else. But true, crazy, isn't it? Do you think Scooby refurbishment will be good or bad like the last one? I'm hoping it's going to be good. That's all we can hope for. Have you been to Jamboree? No, I haven't yet. Not yet. What's the biggest rider? What's the biggest ride, most scariest ride you've ever been on? Ever been on? Ever been on? Scariest. I don't know. That's a Giant Drop's pretty scary. I know it's one we all go on occasion. You know, I don't go on it all the time, but that's scary because when you're sitting there with your legs dangling at 42 stories high, that's scary from a feeling that you're going to fall perspective. But yeah, I mean, I've years ago at Magic Mountain in California, I went on Colossus. It's no longer Colossus; it's now called Twisted Colossus, I think it is. Which is at the time it was the world's biggest wooden roller coaster. But that was years ago that I rode that, and it was scary at the time. But I don't know. I don't really find big rides, scary. I mean, they're breathtaking. You know, yeah. Like I think there's just a different level these days. The rides are more wow factors. I mean, Stardust Races was pretty full on, but in a good way. There's so many different elements to that ride. It was incredible, and they're both the trains are powered by the flux capacitor, by the way, which is, if you don't know what the flux capacitor is, it's what powers the Back to the Future time machine, the DeLorean. Right, there's actually one on the back of each of the trains going, and the Stardust Races are powered by the flux capacitors. Crazy. I couldn't get the footage of it because the camera was in the locker by the time I got to the station. But I've the person that was sort of looking after me over there, the main contact, I've asked if there's any chance of just sending me, a photo of that so I can post it, because I was like disappointed that I couldn't post that photo, or couldn't get to see that. You can kind of see it in one of my videos, actually, when I zoom in on the trains launching. You can kind of see it if you look close enough. You can see it, but yeah. So yeah, I don't really. I think Giant Drop's the scariest, just from a heights perspective, to be honest. What do you think is next for Dreamworld or Movie World? I think for Movie World it would have to be Doomsday, sort that out, then maybe new stunt show. But I think Dreamworld would be either another new ride, maybe like motor coaster, or maybe a new ride around the perimeter. They got land, but I know Dreamworld is planning quite significant park expansions over the next 10 years. So, yeah, I guess we just have to wait and see what we're getting, what we'll get. But I think we will see new rides and park expansions. And keeping in mind with the Olympics coming up, that they'd want to be, putting some more rides that can consume crowds, I think. Oh, so good. By the way, Peninsula Springs, natural spring water, delicious, refreshing, hydrating. All right. Got to come down to Jamboree. Yeah, Jamboree. It's always actually been on my. I've got a list of places I want to visit and go, and of course, it's just all time. I'm very busy. I work full time. This is my weekend hobby, so hard to schedule everything and then I got to prioritize stuff like events and things. It's on the list, but yes, it is definitely one I want to visit. What have we got? If I've missed your comment, by the way, guys, apologies. It moves up and down a fair bit, so I gotta go back. Just put it in again if I've missed it. You can always send me a message on Instagram. I'll always reply to the Instagram. Do you have an announcement date for the next theme park cartel event? So we're working on that at the moment. I've actually got to follow someone up that I'm waiting on some stuff to come back on, but obviously I've been away for a week. I haven't been able to follow anyone up, but we were hoping to do something mid-year, okay, on the next one. What we were wanting to do seems to be proving to be the park we're choosing, I guess, feels that it's too much. It's not. I don't feel at all. They're just looking at it with the wrong lens, if you know what I mean. So anyway, we're working through that with someone else now, who can hopefully make it happen. So there is work going on in the background. Yes, we will make announcements accordingly. We've just got to secure everything first and lock it all in, and work out the pricing and make sure that we feel that, okay, is the pricing going to be something that people will see value in? Because we want, like the last event, there was a huge amount of value given in the price we charged for what was offered. And we want to make sure, and I think everyone felt they had a great day and they got a lot out of that day, and they felt they got value for money. And that's what we want to do. We want to make sure they get value for money, but also it's something you can't just go and do, unless you bought this ticket. So work in progress. We will announce when we can. Hopefully around mid-year, or just after, maybe just after mid-year. For that, the Florida parks in January are quite enjoyable if you can go in the school holidays. It's often a cheaper time of year. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, because I think I was saying before, spring break was on when I was there. Well, it had just finished, but there was still a couple of states apparently on spring break. So it was kind of busy. The other parks, not Epic because it was not open yet, but the other parks were. Hey, Damien, thanks for jumping on. We're good. Happy Easter to you too. Hope you and the family had a good one. Appreciate you and your family. Always support the channel. Have you been on the slingshot in surfers? No, and I won't, because that will probably make me black out. I've got low blood pressure, so that kind of ride, the G-force, I've looked at it and gone, no, I know my limitations, and I would probably black out on that. What's a ride that you would bring back to the Gold Coast? If I was bringing one back that was here, it would have to be Bermuda Triangle, 100%. Loved it at SeaWorld. I should have a werewolf one, and I'll be hired for the werewolf one as a scare character. That's cool. Yeah, that'd be cool, actually. If they had a werewolf maze, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yes, they do all their hiring, I think, around August for scare actors. So keep an eye out. Disney teacups. At least with those teacups, you can control the spinning. Spinning coasters like the one at Aussie World, that spins a lot. I mean, I'm fine on that. I'm fine coming off that. I feel a little bit funny for a couple of minutes, but then that's fine. Curse the Werewolf, that's a spinning coaster as well, and it goes backwards spinning, and parts of it. I did feel a little bit funny coming off it. Not too bad though. I didn't really feel like I was going to vomit or anything. Yeah, it's more spinny rides that are just spinny the whole time. No good. Do you watch NRL, and what team do you go for? Look, I used to watch a lot of it. I really haven't had a lot of spare time of late to spend a lot of time watching NRL, but I've always been a fan of the Broncos, and I do like the Gold Coast Titans because I live in the Gold Coast, obviously. I actually prefer to watch NFL, so the American football. The LA Rams, probably my favorite team. One of probably my favorite team, yeah. Cool. Now, I think I'm at the end of the little comment, so I think we've got to the end, which is good. If I have missed your comment, you can pop it in again, or apologize if I have missed it. Now, I just want to apologize. I have missed a super chat, John Stone. I really apologize for that. Again, when things move fast, I miss things. I do apologize. So, John Stone, thank you so much for the super chat as well. I do really appreciate that, and also your ongoing support as well for the channel. And I know you're always commenting and following me on the Instagram as well, and I do really appreciate that. And I appreciate you joining in the live, and for the super chat as well. Sorry I missed it earlier on when you actually did post that, so apologies for that. I was just skipping back through now because, again, I don't like missing things. So I do apologize for that. But again, a big thank you for that. And yeah, if I have missed any others, just feel free. So yeah, so all in all, was there any questions about Epic Universe that you want to know about the park itself? Yeah, let me know. Let me know. What do you think of Luna Park? Yeah, I do love Luna Park. I love the feeling of the seaside carnival type feeling there. Got some great little rides and attractions there as well. Epic Universe out of 10, I'd probably give it a solid 20. It is next level. It blew all my expectations were blown away at 100%. So, like, yeah, I was expecting it to be amazing, and it was 10 times amazing. It really was. I just can't. Yeah, you'll see when I know sometimes videos don't, like, you can't when you're there and you're actually there, immersed, experiencing things, the sights, the smells, the just the atmosphere. You can't always get that out of a video. But yeah, it was crazy. Loved it. You're going to Luna Park for the Stranger Things experience. I have seen that, and I'm not sure yet. Again, it's just timing, and I've got a few other things going on at the moment, so we'll see. If you could add anything to Epic, what would you add? What would I add to Epic Universe? It's a good question, actually. But I can, while I'm thinking about that, can I tell you this? Probably. Okay. There's already plans for expansion for Epic Universe. It's already being worked on. There's going to be more to Epic Universe. There's expansion. So they are already putting other things in there. Well, they will be putting other things in there. For me personally, what would I like to see? Well, I don't know if I can answer that right at this second, because you don't want a repeat of something sort of in another park so much. So they've done it really well with the How to Train Your Dragon. Obviously, Harry Potter, they've gone next level with the Ministry of Magic. Nintendo World, yes, they've repeated that again. it's very popular, but they've added Donkey Kong Country, obviously, which is cool, incredible, amazing. Monsters, like Dark Universe, is just wow. It really is. So I don't know what they would add. I'd have to really think about that long and hard, actually, because it would want to be epic, obviously, right? So yeah, I don't know. I'd have to have a think about that one. It's a good question though, but they are adding to it. It is expanding. All right. Um, the Helios Hotel at the In Park Hotel is just impressive. Wow, mind blowing. So amazing. What's the best ride at Epic Universe? Well, for me, the best ride was Monsters Unchained in Dark Universe. And to be honest, I think a lot of people will tell you the same. I mean, Harry Potter Ministry of Magic is probably the very next closest thing to that. It's the technology, the use of the animatronic, which are mind blowing, the use of the screens and practical props, and the theming. It just tells the story. It's insane. It's incredible. For me, it would be Monsters Unchained would be number one. What is the top three must rides? So Monsters Unchained, number one. Definitely Ministry of Magic. Definitely have to ride that as well. Number three, that's a tough one between, I'm going to say, man, I would personally probably only, again, it comes down to personal preference, I think, as well. Like, let me tell you, Stardust Races roller coaster is my favorite roller coaster now in the world. Like, I love it. It is incredible. It is wow. But Donkey Kong Minecart, it's a whole different. It's a completely different thing. It's a themed minecart, crazy. Like, you're in the game. Like, it's it's two different things. But for me, they're an even three. Both of those two are an even three. It's just, for me, I grew up playing like the Nintendo Donkey Kong games when, back in the 80s. Oh, yeah, I'm that old, but you know what I mean? Like, so for me, that has nostalgia and meaning. Stardust Races, though, also was just, oh man, it was just nothing like it. I mean, yeah, there's roller coasters with like, they have multi launches and things, but that's the fact it's a dueling coaster. There's so many different elements of that, and you come so close to the other coaster at times on that ride. It's a long ride too. It is a wow factor ride too. Like, yeah, I'd have to say those two would be on my top. Even like, that'd be even for different reasons. There you go. What do you? Sorry, John. What will you do with Whittlesea? Funfields. Yeah, Funfields is on the radar. It's on the radar. When, I don't know. Just, it's on the radar. By the way, this Peninsula Springs water, it's so refreshing. I just gotta say. Anyway, how do you afford all the visits to the Gold Coast theme parks? Just annual pass. So there's deals on annual passes that you can get. And as I say, YouTube pays a little bit of money, so I use that to pay for the annual passes so I can go to the parks and make content. Yeah. I understand it's really hard question when a park is near perfect. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about a perfect theme park, you know what? It's funny, like I was saying, I thought I had some expectations going there. Again, I wasn't even, I never even thought I'd be going there, like at least not in the next 2 years. So all of a sudden I'm like going there. I'm like, oh, geez, what am I don't, like I've been following the construction of the park and all that sort of thing. I didn't know how I was going to feel about going into, because you go into other parks and straight away you're immersed in the theming and everything's around you and that. But this is a very different park where you walking um, into this park. It's like like with fountains and things, and it's very beautiful. And it's the hub of the park, and the portals off to the edges. And I was like, I don't know how I was going to feel about that. Like I don't know, but I feel like that is the perfect way to do a theme park now. Um, it's because it's calming when you walk in. So you go to other parks, as soon as you walk in, a roller coaster comes past you, or there's a car or someone yelling at you and music, and it's like in your face. This is a beautiful, calming experience going into the park, and it eases you into the day. This is how I can explain how I felt. And then when you see the portals and you decide what you want to go in, you do feel like you're transporting into another world, which is what they want you to feel. But then once you're in there and you start getting immersed in everything and all of the theming and the world you're in, and keep in mind, in that land, you've got multiple rides, you've got hugely themed areas, you've got food and beverage going on, you've got retail shops, shows and everything, all in that one. So you're like entering a whole theme park. So it's like they've got 4 theme parks attached, if you know what I mean. Each park's a whole new theme park. It's not just a land. It's literally a theme park. Themed a particular theme, but it's crazy, and you are immersed in there. And then when you leave, you're like, oh, I'm in this nice, open, beautiful land again. You're calm again. And then you walk over to where you're going, and then you're in this other world again. Like, it's hard to explain that more than I hope I explain that well or not, but I think it's the perfect way to do a theme park. And I think, I do love all the other parks, like Universal parks. I love the excitement and things when you walk in. But this is really done well, and it's a lot of thought's gone into it. And as I say, they're already planning the expansion. That it's happening. It's going to be bigger than it is. Crazy. Hard to know. Hard to think. That's crazy. So yeah, I'd say, Bodhi, is it near perfect? Yeah, it's near perfect. I think. I haven't seen a bad review yet. I did see someone American YouTuber put in something that gave him diarrhea. So from How to Train Your Dragon, like Isle of Berk. Whether that's true or not, who knows? I never had any problems with any food. Dane, did you see the Harry Potter show? The one thing I haven't seen or heard anything about, the Cirque show. No, I didn't, because I'm just pushed for time, and I wanted to make sure I had the rides done. But apparently, it is definitely worth seeing. Again, you need more than a day at that park. You can't. If you had Ride Express on everything, you probably would get everything done with shows and all that as well. I don't know about all the character meet and greets. A lot of the queues, they don't have Fast Express or Ride Express for the character meet and greets, and a lot of them are an hour queues, or they're big queues or up to an hour. So that queue, that show, the day I was there, I'd come out of the ride, and after being there a long time, because it had not broken down, it had faulted, so I had to go back, reset, and redo it again, and we had to wait and stuff. So the time I came out, that show was about to start in about 45 minutes. The queue was, you would have, I would have been waiting for at least 45 minutes, if not longer, because The queue was just wrapped around the building and then down the street. It was, and I still hadn't explored the rest of that land, and I had to get the Super Nintendo and Donkey Kong Country, and the park was closing like a couple of hours, sort of thing. So I had to make the decision to skip the show. But when one day I get back there, I will definitely make it a point to see all the shows, not just some of the shows. So the one in Isle of Berk, the How to Train Your Dragon, by the way, you have to see that show. Incredible. That's the one you got to. You have to see that show. So again, you got to time your day. Hopefully, when it opens, the opening hours will be from very early in the morning till late at night. Again, the day I was there was it's what's still under technical rehearsal, the entire park. So they're alternating the trading hours, and it was 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Limited capacities. It was still probably like a busy day at our theme parks here in terms of capacity numbers. But for the park that size, it didn't feel busy at all. But there were certain attractions or rides at times I went there where they had gone down. They already had 200 people sort of in the queue, and so I had some delays on a couple of the rides. I was put through on a couple of rides through like Ride Express, so I was very fortunate there, so I could get ahead of the day a little bit. So, but yeah, but that Harry Potter show, that the Cirque, apparently is definitely worth doing, definitely worth seeing. From what I was told, and I did actually ask a few of the cast if they had seen it, and they had said it. You've got to see it. Unfortunately, I didn't see it, but you got to see it. John, GC Party Buses, Pro Wrestling World of Dreams, Saturday 26th of April at Dream World. This week. I wasn't aware of that. Mind you, I haven't been away, obviously been away for the last week. I haven't really been, I've just been trying to work out everything I need to do for editing and getting all my content out. So, okay, cool. So if you're hitting, is that a separate ticketed event? I'd imagine it will be a separate ticketed event for that one, no doubt. So Pro Wrestling World of Dreams, Saturday 26th of April at Dream World. I'd get onto the Dream World Night Market Facebook page. That's probably where they will promote that event. It probably would be a separate ticketed event, I'd say. So you get into your night market for free if you're a pass holder, $2 entry if you're not. If you want to go to the wrestling, you probably have to buy a separate ticket to that. Don't forget, I believe it's still open. Jane's Rivertown Restaurant is Saturday nights is open for dinner. So check that out. So that wrestling is general seating from $5. Wow, that's actually really good, isn't it? And ringside for $30. That's good. I went to one of the wrestling there, and I had an awesome time. I loved it. So $30 for ringside, it would pretty much be worth it. It's actually really real. It's not fake wrestling. It's full on. I couldn't believe it was full on. So, yeah, if you're into it, or if you're not, you should still check it out. So thanks for letting everybody know about that, mate. That's awesome. Trippy saying we get 2 new mazes this year for Fright Nights, right? Well, hopefully we get a couple of. We should get at least 2. I think we should. Are you going to Islands of Adventure at Universal Studios? Yes, I visited that park and Universal, and there will be videos on those parks coming up. I'm just trying to get all my Epic Universe content out first because I did a lot of filming and I got to put those into separate episodes. It's just too much to put into one video. It's too long, so it's got to be in 20 to 30 minute chunks. Once I've got all that content out, then I'll be releasing Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure Orlando content. So Good thing is, you will see different content on my channel for a while. I mean, obviously, I'll try and still squeeze in a local park. It just depends what's going on. I mean, if there's nothing really much happening, like I don't want to just make a video just because they've painted a wall blue this week. You know what I mean? Like I'll post a picture maybe, but I've got some really decent overseas content to provide for you guys, and it's different content, something different to look at. It's exciting, especially with Epic Universe. It's new to the world, which is really cool. And then with the other Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios and a few other videos I got planned that I did over there, it's something different. If you're planning a trip over there, at least, and look, I know those videos won't get the views that the local stuff get, and I know that, but at least if you or someone is thinking about, mate, hey, we'd like to go to Orlando one day, and what are these parks all about? And the way I do my videos, explain things, I pretty much just walked around and went, wow, look at this, check this out. Okay, this is this. And I went on some rides, and just the day with me at the park sort of thing, and tried to explain things if you're heading there. So hopefully you enjoy the videos. And again, if you're not subscribed, it's free to subscribe. Check it out. Hit that button, subscribe, and then share it out to your friends and family who may have the similar interests as well. Because there's a lot of cool content coming up. Lucky Cat is saying hi. How's it going? No, I had tickets for Supernova. A couple of days before that, I got the notification of the invitation to go to the US. So I had to just drop what I was doing, forget about Supernova. I had to get organized and packed on a plane. So anyway, I'll get to the next one. I've never missed a Supernova in like so many years, but that was worth missing this year for that. That's why you didn't see me. I want another zombie type maze. I don't know if Movie World has access to the Walking Dead IP. Well, they did have Walking Dead, I think it was a few years back. So again, if they pay the money, they'll get what they want, but you got to pay the money for it. We want to see some pretty awesome IPs for Fright Nights, definitely, because that's why we go. We want to see something new, different, cool. All right. Well, I'm at the end of the comments. So if there wasn't any other questions for me about Epic Universe or any of the rides there or the park in general or the other two parks, if there's no more comments, we might wrap up the live chat for tonight. So, look, thanks for listening to me. I know it's chatting there for quite a while at the beginning, explaining about my day at Epic Universe. If you missed the first part, this video will obviously be up straight after, and you can check it out if you want to have a go back and have a listen. So hopefully you enjoyed this live tonight. Thanks, Bodie. Appreciate it. There'll be more Epic Universe content this weekend coming up, so which is cool. Hey, Mike, thanks for jumping on. I appreciate your comments. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and always appreciate your support too, mate. And the birthday present you gave me definitely helped for that. That was definitely used in that visit as well. So thank you very much again for that as well. Thanks for the live. What's that water you're drinking? Yes, so the water I'm drinking, thanks for asking, is Peninsula Springs. Sorry, it's probably a bit glary. There we go. Peninsula Springs natural spring water. Very refreshing and hydrating, by the way. Good stuff. So I hope. Thanks all for listening and for jumping on and for the support. I again appreciate everyone's support for the for the channel. You missed that, Bodie, the Peninsula Springs. I know someone else on here who actually loves this water too. I think GC Party Buses loves this water as well. So pretty cool. Mike's saying you've forced me to now go now to Epic. Shall I book now through or wait for a while for the madness to go away? Look, up to you. But from what I was speaking with some of the management there, and like, I'm not going to repeat the numbers they told me, but they told me not to. But the attendance levels, sorry, the capacity that park holds is probably more than any other park, and they're expecting full capacities from opening day till probably forever. Like they said, when you how I guess how busy it was when I was there, and that, again, it's not open to the public. It was for it was a preview day for people that were invited, where everything was open, everything was fully operational. Friends and family tickets sort of were given out for that day as well, and that was capped at about a busy day at Movie World type scenario. So he said you'd never see this park at this low attendance ever once it's open. It's especially for the next probably 12 months. So there's obviously busy times of year, and then there's slower times of year. But this is on the world map of it's Epic Universe. Everyone's going to want to go and see Epic Universe. What's the hype all about? So I guess if you go this year, be prepared for the crowds. Be prepared. Possibly, I would recommend paying for Ride Express. It's not cheap, but again, if you're coming from Australia, and it's nearly 30 hours of travel, but by the time you connect flights and things, it's a long way to come to miss out on something, right? And that's why I was so determined that day. I am getting on every ride, and I didn't go on Mario Kart because it's the same ride as one in Hollywood that I went on last year. And I didn't go on the Yoshi's. It's just like a very slow little mover thing anyway, but it's apparently pretty good. But like, I wasn't really. I had to go on Donkey Kong and all the other big rides. So you want to do the rides, you want to do the shows, you want to experience the food, the character meet and greets, just the theming, the atmosphere. Those parks, I mean, it's the middle section. It's massive. So like, I can see why it's so massive. It needs to be that big to carry the crowds through the area. Initially when I heard all about this, I was like, well, I'm not going the first year because it's just nuts, right? I mean, it's always going to be busy. If you can fork out the dollars for the Ride Express, it probably really doesn't matter too much when you go. I'd probably just suggest going maybe outside of the holidays. It's still going to be really busy, obviously, but at least you're able to get around and get all the rides and that done. I'd probably avoid going like in the first. Again, that's me. I don't really like crazy crowds either. I'm that kind of person, but yeah. Look, but it's there. It's open. Once it's open, it's there. It's always there, right? So when you can get there, I guess I'd probably just try and go maybe outside of their traditional holidays and holiday weekends and things. It's still going to be hectically busy, but at least not as busy as those peak times. So that's probably my only suggestion. And if you want to take me with you, I'm more than happy to pop back again. So, but anyway, it is worth it. But no, appreciate it, Mike. Thank you. What else we got here? Thanks for the live. What's that water you're drinking? Yeah. Mike's off to Universal in Osaka next month. Apparently that is also an amazing park. One I'd love to go to. Save money and not go to Epic and buy some of this Peninsula water instead. Sounds amazing. Yes, I definitely recommend Peninsula Springs natural spring water. Anyway, well, Osaka sounds cool. It sounds amazing. That's definitely one day again on the bucket list as well. But especially they've got Donkey Kong Country there as well. So that minecart ride is, man, it is next level. It is so fun. It is so awesome. It's so awesome. You'll love it. You'll love it. Cool. All right, so we've been going for nearly 2.5 hours. We're going to wrap the live up there now so everyone can get to sleep and get ready for work or school or whatever you're doing tomorrow. I just want to say a big thanks to everyone for jumping on the live again tonight. What Bodie's just saying, I wonder if the other Universal parks will be quiet on Epic's opening day. I reckon not, because I reckon people will be heading there. Like, if you think about it, most people are probably going to go for a day because there's not multi-day tickets on sale yet. So they'll probably go into the other parks on the days before or after the Epic, like I did. So I think overall it's going to be nuts, I think, and the hotels too. But yeah, we shall see. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, again, thanks for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed this live tonight with the update of the Epic Universe visit and US visit. Again, amazing. I can't say enough about this theme park. Appreciate you guys sitting listening tonight, and also for watching my videos. And again, lots more Epic Universe videos to come and more content. Instagram, make sure you follow me there as well. There's photos, reels, stories coming up as well for Epic, and also for the other Universal parks, as well as videos as well. So plenty going on. Appreciate your support. Thanks everyone again for jumping on. Thanks for the super chats for those that put that super chats on tonight. I really appreciate that as well. Anyway, guys, hope everyone has a wonderful night. Thanks again for joining me. I'll be back here again in 2 weeks' time. Now, hang on, let me just check the date there. 2 weeks' time. I may have to skip that one. I probably will do the next live in 4 weeks' time. I probably will. I've got a very busy week in that fortnight. I've got a lot going on with work and everything, so I might be working some nights. I think I'll let you know anyway. Keep an eye out. Usually it's every 2 weeks on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Queensland time. I may have to skip the next fortnight one. I'll see. It depends on the schedule. So we'll let you know. But I'll let you know. I'll put a post up like always when I'm going live. Anyway, guys, we'll leave it there now. Thanks again for watching and for your support. Hope you enjoyed the videos. Anyway, guys, we'll see you on the next journey. Good night.